At Summer NAMM 2019, I wanted to make a different type of video that's typically done. I wanted to go in depth with philosophy and why certain pieces of gear were created. I wanted to go into the application and how this will change the way that we record or mix. Well, we're hanging out with Ricky from MHouseStudios, and he's got a really cool compressor. I haven't really seen anything like this. It's got a really cool flavor. Why don't you explain a little bit of what you just told me?
Sure. So we wanted to create a compressor that was the opposite of transparent, the opposite of bland. It's supposed to be a creative tool, so it's really aggressive, really grabby. You're meant to use it to dial in a crazy sound on like your drum bus or something, and then use that parallel processing, that wet-dry blend knob to just dial in a little bit of that excitement, really gel things together with your mix.
That's really cool, man. So why don't you explain a little bit of what you have going on with the controls here, the character?
Sure, absolutely. So the character knob is kind of a unique feature that we have. It's a control of the linearity of the compression. Yeah. So when we have the character set all the way to 0 here, the compression is very high ratio, like a limiter, but it's very linear. So it's a very transparent, kind of clean, heavy compression. Yeah. As you turn this knob up, it reshapes the knee of the compression so that it's very non-linear. So you start to get all these harmonics in there, really bring out all the overtones and things like that, and it becomes much more forward and present. The ratio is lowered there also, and it's dynamic. It changes as you hit hit more gain reduction. The ratio kind of adapts and it changes a little bit. Yeah, it's all about how this control changes the range, the dynamic range of the compressor. That's sort of what it's doing.
Wow. Yeah. So usually I think of high ratios as a lot of the flavor. But you're saying that this is actually a low ratio.
Yeah, what it's doing is it's zooming in and out of the dynamic range. When you zoom out at 0 here, all the little bumps and quirks and stuff kind of blend into a straight line, and it really looks very linear. When you zoom in, all the little, like the curvature of the knee and everything is really big, and it's taking up most of the dynamic range at that point, so you're really going to have a non-linear curve as you reduce the gain, and that's what's going to bring out those harmonics. So what's cool about this box is it's transformerless. None of the gain staging, none of that adds to the color. It's all the compression action, which is adding in the color, adding in the harmonics. So it's a really unique way to add in that extra color. It's a little bit different from an 1176, which has more of like a low frequency modulation when you get really fast. Yeah. This is more like a low mid-range kind of crunch to it when you get those really fast attack and release times.
Tell me about the DC, the AC, and the left-right.
Sure. So it has 3 stereo modes. Left-right has independent detectors for each channel. That'll really widen your stereo image.
Is that like dual mono?
Yeah, dual mono. One set of controls will still affect both. The meter still reflects both channels. But that's, like dual mono, totally separate, totally isolated. When we go into AC link mode, that's like your traditional stereo link where the audio is summed together and then sent to both detectors. Yeah. The third mode here is called DC, and that's actually where we do a stereo link based on the control voltages in the detectors.
Interesting.
And that's going to affect the way the compression is applied across your stereo image, because things which would have traditionally canceled out in your audio sum link won't anymore. And so you get a kind of an unnatural link that can sound really forward. So it's just a different flavor, and it allows you to access some of the fastest attack and release times that this is capable of.
Yeah, I mean, I was just playing around with this a few minutes ago, and this DC sounds really amazing. It's like everything that you want out of like an exciting compressor and more. I mean, it's like the walls are caving in because the drummer is just going nuts, you know?
Vibe is the name of the game with this compressor.
sounds great.
In the DC, that's going to give you that cool crunch, like that modulated low end.
Yeah.
And then the high pass filters, we got 250 to take out that body.
So what is the AC?
So AC is like your standard stereo link where it's summing the audio, sending that to both detectors.
Okay.
DC, it's doing it based on the control voltages.
Oh.
So it's going to change the way the compression is applied across your stereo image, like because phase is taken out of the equation. So things that would have interacted differently when the audio is summed, it's going to result in just a different stereo spread.
Yeah.
And on top, you've got the independent detectors, so it really widens things out.
That thing sounds great, man.
Thank you very much. Yeah, this is our very first product. We're just launching it now. It's brand new, and we're running a special right now, like a one-time introductory intro to the company, celebration of our first product of $1,000 pre-order and regular price for this first production run. Yeah.
Do you guys do any beta testing with this?
Yeah, we did some development with Vance Powell was one of our early testers.
Nice.
We thought this would be perfect for the kind of sound that he gets with Jack and with all those guys. So he really helped us with just invaluable feedback on what to change, what to update a little bit to make it useful for a real world situation. We tried to take out all of the quirks of compressors that make them hard to use and leave the quirkiness to be the sound itself.
Yeah, it's really easy to use. I mean, to get this to be kind of cleanish and not doing much, the input's got to be way over here.
Yeah.
So you get the whole range of this knob.
Right. And to prevent the input from ever causing overdrive that we don't want from the gain staging, this is just an attenuator out front instead of an amplifier. The makeup gain is all in the output. So the input, you can turn input up all the way without being afraid that it's going to overdrive or make a distortion that you're not trying to get from this box. Yeah,
that's really smart.
Thank you. It's a dual-sided power supply design, so the headroom is just huge, especially for a rack unit.
Nice.
Yeah.
So how long have you guys been around? I've never heard of you guys before.
So this is our first time at NAMM. We're totally brand new. We've been working on getting this company set up for just almost 2 years now.
Nice.
Just doing all the legwork to get the design done, all the testing. We wanted to hit the ground running, and when we did reveal our product, we wanted it to be ready for everyone to just get in there and have fun with it. Yeah.
Well, it sounds killer, man.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, this is really, really great.
Thank you. It's a passion project. We want to make rack units that are fun to use, that they're cool, something that you always wished you had when you were in the recording studio, that you're just like, man, what if we have a compressor that just sounded crazy, but you could control what the chaotic sound of it is and get just the right amount of excitement that you want from it. That's the
blend knob is huge for that.
Invaluable. You can use all the controls on here to dial in something really, really extreme, and then use that blend knob to just add exactly how much of that you want, so that it's not a one-trick pony. It's usable across a range of situations. Yeah.
Really good.
Thank you.
Well, thanks for talking with me today.
Sure.
Let me hear the unit. It's
absolutely
really cool. So the 5020
Stereo FET Limiter. Yep.
Nice. Stereo FET Limiter.
Yep.
Sounds great, man.
Thank you very much. It's great to talk to you.
Yeah.